Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he is heading to the United States for talks with President Donald Trump, marking his 7th visit since Trump began his second term. Speaking at Ben Gurion Airport, Netanyahu described the relationship between Israel and the United States as uniquely close and unprecedented, both at the personal and state level. He said discussions during the visit will focus on Gaza, broader regional issues, and above all, negotiations with Iran. Netanyahu said he would present Israel's views on key principles guiding the talks, which he said are vital not only for Israel, but for peace and security across the Middle East. Indonesia says a proposed multinational peacekeeping force for Gaza could number around 20,000 troops. President Prabowo Subianto's spokesman said Indonesia could contribute up to 8,000 personnel, though no terms of deployment or areas of operation have yet been agreed. Indonesia has previously said it is ready to commit forces, but is awaiting clarity on the mandate of the proposed mission. President Prabowo has also been invited to Washington later this month for his first meeting of US President Donald Trump's Board of Peace.
A White House official reiterates President Donald Trump's opposition to Israel annexing the West Bank, saying a stable West Bank is vital for Israel's security and the broader peace process. The statement comes after Israeli far-right ministers announced measures expanding control over settlements and religious sites, including Hebron and Rachel's tomb. The actions have drawn condemnation from 8 Muslim-majority countries, the United Nations and European nations, which called the moves illegal and destabilizing. Israel's measures, defended by Minister Bezalel Smotrich, have raised concerns over renewed violence and the undermining of a two-state solution.
President Donald Trump has threatened to block the opening of a new Canada-built bridge unless the United States is fully compensated. He has demanded at least half ownership of the Gordie Howe International Bridge, accusing Canada of unfair treatment. The crossing links Michigan and Ontario and is set to become the largest land port on the US-Canada border.
The United States has advised US-flagged ships to avoid Iranian waters in the Strait of Hormuz amid ongoing geopolitical tensions. The guidance urges vessels to stay closer to Oman's territorial waters and not to resist if Iranian forces board. The warning follows indirect talks in Oman last Friday and comes amid rising regional incidents, including Iranian naval exercises and the recent shooting down of an Iranian drone by the US. The Strait of Hormuz remains a critical choke point for global oil supply, and Washington maintains a strong military presence as a precaution.
Iran has said that nuclear talks with the United States have helped gauge Washington's seriousness and should continue. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Esmail Baghai said the Muscat meeting showed enough understanding to stay on the diplomatic track. The comments come amid US military deployments and as Tehran urges Washington to resist external pressure, including from Israel. At least 14 people were killed after a residential building collapsed in the Lebanese city of Tripoli. Rescue teams ended search operations after recovering the bodies in the Bab el-Tebane district. Authorities say more than 100 buildings in the city are at risk as the government pledges aid and repairs. Security forces charged on members of the Indian Youth Congress in New Delhi during a demonstration staged over Prime Minister Narendra Modi's name appearing in Jeffrey Epstein-related files. Police moved in as demonstrators climbed barricades and waved party flags, demanding clarification from Narendra Modi over references to his name in the recently released files linked to deceased sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. French President Emmanuel Macron has warned that Europe should prepare for renewed friction with the United States and use what he called the Greenland moment as a catalyst for long-delayed reforms. In an interview with several European newspapers, Macron said the European Union should not interpret a pause in US pressure over issues such as Greenland, trade, and technology as a lasting shift in Washington's approach. He urged the bloc to strengthen its global influence and strategic autonomy in the face of potential future hostility. China says it is willing to help Cuba amid a jet fuel shortage that has forced airlines to suspend flights to the country. China's foreign ministry said there were no reports of Chinese citizens being stranded in Cuba following the disruptions. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lin Jian said Beijing firmly supports Cuba's sovereignty and security and opposes foreign interference, adding that China will provide support and assistance to Cuba to the best of its ability.
China issues a white paper detailing Hong Kong's national security practices, emphasizing Beijing's fundamental responsibility for stability. The release came a day after media mogul Jimmy Lai was sentenced to 20 years under the city's national security law, drawing international criticism from the US, EU, Japan, Taiwan, and rights groups. The paper described the law as a legal shield that has neutralized threats and strengthened the one country, two systems model. Hong Kong leader John Lee welcomed the policy, calling Lai's sentence a warning against collusion with external forces. Somalia signs a defense cooperation agreement with Saudi Arabia, weeks after finalizing a similar pact with Qatar. The memorandum, signed by Somali Defense Minister Ahmed Mo'alim Fiki and Saudi Prince Khalid bin Salman, aims to strengthen military ties and regional security collaboration. The moves come after Israel recognized Somaliland in December 2025, raising concerns in Mogadishu over a potential Israeli military presence. Somalia also cut ties with the UAE, citing actions that undermine national unity and support Israel's recognition of Somaliland.
That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.